Hello, how are you? Sit down, take a deep breath, grab some tea or coffee because today we're talking about power and absurd parties, about the history of society and its structures, or better, about a family whose name always comes up when people realize the world is not a fairy tale. You know the name, Rothschild. No magic spell, no secret command, just facts. A story that is far more banal than conspiracies would like it to be, but also far more dark and uncomfortable. We don't begin in the shadow of a castle, but in the narrow alley in Frankfurt, Germany, 16th, 17th century. A house with a red shield on its facade. On it were the words Zum Guten Schild, what means something like at the red shield. That's how dynasties are born. Not with thunder, with a sign above some door. Europe had a little problem at that time. Christians were not allowed to lend money, and Jewish were allowed to do almost nothing else, so they did what was permitted. They lent money, not necessarily out of malice, but maybe some greed. The system was structured that way, just like today. Greed, money, and power have driven humanity for centuries. And yes, this is exactly where Europe's ugliest cliches maybe later came from. But cliches are not cause, they are a symptom. Let's jump to the 18th century. The Maya Amschel Rothschild in Frankfurt, Germany. A free imperial city, a trading hub, heirs, books, informations. Maya understands something many still don't grasp today. Whoever has information faster than others wins. Not through violence, through timing and knowledge, because knowledge is power. He works for princes, kings, he managed the world. Not his own, at least not yet. That would change. Then later chaos arrived. Or rather, the French Revolution. Heads rolled, thrones shook, Europe burned, ideologically and later quite literally. And this is where something crucial happens. It became clear very quickly that war costs money, and some people turned that to their advantage or exploited it shamelessly. States always needed credit, always. And banks that are not nations have a major advantage. They can be everywhere at once, playing on many fields at the same time. Meyer's sons go to London at that time, and Paris, Vienna, Naples, 5 arrows. Not a secret society, no. A business model. Napoleon marched through Europe, and along the way, he banned trade with England. Officially, this is called the Continental System. In practice, it's a smuggling opportunity. The Rothschilds financed all sides, not necessarily out of ideology, no, but out of greed, power, and good business sense. And while armies marched, careers traveled faster than diplomats, faster than kings, even faster than the newspapers. Then came Waterloo in 1815. Napoleon's losers, and Nathan Rothschild knew it before most others. What happened on that stock market afterwards, we would today call insider trading. Back then, it was simply called business. This is where wealth turns into power, not officially, but unofficially. Outwardly, it's all just loans. Time passed, Great Britain grows, India, colonies, Swedes, everything needed capital, money, and of course credits, large amount of it. The Rothschilds provided it to everyone, friends, enemy, stranger, as long as it turned profit into their pocket. Everyone needed money, railways, industrialization, government bonds, entrepreneurs. And then, almost casually, 1875, the Suez Channel, the bottleneck of the empire. Israel needs money, now, immediately. But Parliament must not notice. So, they make a call in London, £4 million. Today that would be hundreds of millions. Can you imagine that? The canal becomes British. Egypt later a protectorate. Imperialism financed by a bank loan. Wonderful, or power-hungry spirits, isn't it? Romantic? Not at all. Efficient? Perhaps. Meanwhile, industrialization took place in France and Belgium. Iron coal factories became central. Whoever held the debt held the future. And eventually, the inevitable happened. The bankers were ennobled, almost canonized. Irons fly hair. Ron Rothschild, D. Rothschild. Nepotism at the highest level. Neatly structured. Ironic. The Jewish family that was excluded for centuries became part of the European aristocracy. Not through blood, but through balance, sheets, money, connection, and credit. That's how the table turned, isn't it? But power has a side effect. It eventually becomes visible. And visibility creates projections. Enemies emerge. One learns to operate in the shadows. Fear, envy, and simplifications arise. Rumors spread. Rumors of bad deeds taking place behind closed doors. Suddenly, connections become visible. Towards the people to banks. And one name keeps coming up. The Rothschilds did not invent capitalism, but they perfected it. The moment when states realize they cannot function without banks. But what do people do with too much money? Well, one thing Mary Holland Rothschild is certainly known for is the Surrealists' Masked Ball of 1972, an event attended by the powerful and famous. Some claimed you entered another world there, or induced altered states. Many whispered that strange, absurd, and inhuman things took place. But to this day, there is no solid proof. Not like with other parties hosted by other famous names that later lead to charges. The Rothschild family is a master of concealment, leaving room only for speculation. And who knows, Stanley Kubrick's final film also featured a masked ball, and among depraved people such masks tend to reappear. Whether it is all connected is for everyone to decide. It remains a controversial topic. Are such families involved in conspiracies and cover-ups or not? From your own opinion, who am I to dictate it to you, right? And now ask yourself here, in the 21st century, between all your apps, your debts, and your dependencies, is this really about one family, or one name, or about a structure, a system? Or is it about abusing power, but money corrupting characters, and making people ruthless? Perhaps the evil and devil really is hiding in gold. Who knows? Who else is hiding in there with him? So my question is this: do we really want great wealth if it means selling our own soul?